What's going on, everybody? Mercyfulfate, the Necro Gnome here. I am in Diablo 3 this week. Um, Diablo 3 just came out 2 or 3 days ago. Um, I'm not a huge Diablo fanatic, and Blizzard in general has left a bad taste in my mouth as of late, so um, I didn't have high expectations for Diablo 3. I'm close to what I believe is probably the end of Act 2 now. I didn't start recording sooner. I kept debating when to actually record some footage from in-game. Um, and every time I was probably a good spot to do some, I never got around to it. But I also fine-tuned my build that I'm using right now a little bit more, and I've seen far better results as far as survivability and whatnot. Um, we're on normal mode. There's several, I think, 3 or 4 different levels of difficulty. Um, you have to beat the game on normal, then you can go back through on Nightmare, and then I think Hell is the one after that, and then maybe Inferno is the highest one. Like I said, 3 or 4 levels. Just to take a quick look at some of the mechanics here before we continue on up the stairs, because I actually don't know how much is left between me and the boss fight. Um, there's 5 different classes in the game. I am playing a Witch Doctor. My class of preference, obviously, in Diablo 2 was the Necromancer. And actually, I started off as a Whirlwind Barbarian. But anyway, um, after having played Guild Wars and then having gone back and playing some Diablo 2, I played with the Necromancer and actually enjoyed it immensely. And I have loved the Witch Doctor. Um, Unlike Diablo 2, in Diablo 3 you can actually pick your gender. So it's not gender specific classes where the barbarians are males and the Amazons are females and the sorceress are females and the necromancers are males and etc. and so on. This you can be whichever gender you want for each of the classes. Aside from whatever gear they're wearing, you do not get to control what the actual character looks like, just like the old Diablos. Um, as far as the builds go, if you played Diablo 2, I don't remember Diablo 1 at all anymore. Other than you fought the Butcher in the first area, and in this game, the Butcher is one of the. I think he's the third boss you come across. Anyway, when you get into the skills here, um, I kind of find it ironic because I know a lot of people that hate games that force you to use the UI that they supply, and here in Diablo 3, they totally force you to use their UI. You have a left click and right click skill, and then you have 1 through 4 on your number bar for your actions. And then you have 3 passive skills. Um, Number 1 obviously is a defensive skill only for me. Remember, we're just looking at witch doctors. I'm not looking at anything else. I couldn't even tell you anything about the other classes. Um, so each number or each click is a specific type of action. So in the case of my primary left mouse button, it's going to be either my poisonous darts from my blowgun, or it's going to be my corpse spiders, or it's going to be my toads, or it's going to be my flaming skulls, or fire bombs. So as you can see, I get to pick one of these 4 options. And then, as I've leveled, I've received different runes that I can apply to them that in some situations one rune is better than another. I went and did some Googling and found what was the best um, build for the Witch Doctor when playing through the game on Nightmare level, which I'm only playing it on normal. But I'm also not a a phenomenal Diablo player by any means, and they have made it where you do need to have a little faster reflexes than I recall in the old Diablo 1 and 2. Um, so I've kind of customized what I was reading to fit what is available to me at current level. Um, I know on the Skeleton King fight, I hated corpse spiders. I didn't see how they could be worthwhile at all. Now I understand how they work better, and the fact that I have leaping spiders. Obviously, I did not have that rune, I don't believe, at the time when I fought Skeleton King. So that made a difference for me. But anyway, you get, 4 different options under each one of these things, or 3 in some cases. Um, and then you'll have up to 5 different runes. So that'll give you various options. As you can see, the runes change based on whichever item you have selected. And then you have a bunch of passive skills you get to pick from as well, and you get to pick 3 of those. So the skill tree, pretty interesting. Inventory, well, I just cleaned mine out. But as you can see, most everything is just a standard 2-slot. Occasionally you have a 1-slotter. You can buy more inventory space in your bank, in your little storage box, just like you had in town in Diablo 2. And then there's also some crafting stuff that you can learn, which I haven't really gotten into. I'm trying to see if I can even find a... I don't want a town portal just yet. And I mean, it even gives you a nice big old readout on all your information for damage dealing and defense and evasion and all that type of stuff. So anyway, let's go and see what we can do now. As I said, I'm a witch doctor, so my specialty is I try to have several things summoned that do most of my fighting for me, and then I try to stay at range and create the biggest wall of shit I can to stay behind so that things can't kill me. Adria and Leah are also assisting me here, and then this Templar is my follower. There are 3 followers in the game that I've encountered thus far, and I think there's only 3, but there's the Templar, there is a brigand thief who you meet, I want to say, end of Act 1, beginning of Act 2, and then I met an enchantress, sorceress, in Act 2. But the Templar is the first one you get. He's the only one that really can throw heals of any kind or cause health regen that I've noticed, and I've just been sticking with him just to make life easy. As you can see, my little corpse spiders, I just keep chucking them out there. The nice thing about corpse spiders is that they will help you body block enemies into a spot. So I can stand back here, and you can just continuously spam these things. So I enjoy fighting in close quarters for the most part because I can try to stay back around a corner or something. Alright. Sometimes I get confused as to which thing I'm actually trying to target because there is a lot of stuff on the ground. Luckily there's no friendly fire that I've noticed. Something one of my guildies pointed out to me, Crystal said don't bother picking up the white stuff. He's absolutely right, because it will fill up your bags very quickly, and I don't think I've seen any white item that has sold for more than 8 coins, 8 gold, whatever the currency is. If you've never played the Diablo games, something that I quickly learned is you cannot utilize the shift button enough. Shift will let you stay in a stationary position and fire your range stuff, because remember you're using the left mouse button, which is also your click to move button. So apparently it's a ranged type of thing, where when I was playing a barbarian, you know, I didn't notice that. So the last thing you want to do is be trying to fight and you start running around like that.
Again, daughter. I feel so weak. I don't know if I can.
Oh, spoiler alert. I was a little late on saying that one.
It is up to you now. Hurry! I must stay here and tend to Leah.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Praise the gods, you've arrived just in time. Show me the soul stone.
It shall be your prison for all eternity, Belial. You will see more of it than you want to.
Clever. But know this, Nephilim. Asmodan knows of the stone and the power it contains. Even if you defeat me, he will exterminate you and every last one of your misbegotten kind.
These are my bats, but I've got my fire bats set up as vampiric bats so that they're allegedly going to give me health back when they hit stuff. Now that actually is a spell that I won't be using at endgame, I guess. I've already learned the Swarm of Locusts, but I don't think I have the rune that is very well loved. Okay, Belial's about to get really upset here, and he's going to grow into his... Oh, wait, oh, okay. Maybe. I didn't mean to waste that one, but oops. Now, I've seen screenshots of the Belial fight, so any of you sitting here going, well, this is kind of lame, don't worry. It's not going to be lame for long. Yeah, here we go. Damn it, I did it again. Not that I'm going to need to have that in this fight, I don't think, but... I've actually got a shit ton of dexterity, which is how I'm managing to dodge all this stuff. I don't have it by choice. It was kind of just, we don't want to actually drop you any intelligence stuff, so we're gonna drop a bunch of dexterity, and got to a point where the stuff was so worthwhile in comparison to what other options I had that it was like, well, you know what? Let's just say fuck it and go dexterity. And we got him down to 30% or so. That's what you get for not using the shift key. Okay, that heal right there came from the Templar. And actually I've glyphed the Templar. You get to pick skills for him every so often. And one of the skills I chose for him is like called Guardian, I think it is. And he will, if I'm about to die or something, he runs over to me and tries to save me or something like that. There we go. Not bad for one-shotting him. And we've learned Spine Dart. There's all of our shinies. We have a new rune. New active skill. Well, that was fun. But anyway, if you annual passed and you got the game, then you've already probably gotten to play it a little bit. If you are contemplating purchasing the game, if you're gaming on a budget, I would wait till the game drops to at least $40 or less. This is Mercyfulfate, Necronome. I'm going to log off of here for a while. Oh, speaking of logging off, one last thing. Unlike Diablo 2 and unlike Diablo 1, Diablo 1 was single player only. Diablo 2 had a single player campaign mode style that required no internet connection. And then it had Battle.net, which your single player character could not be played in Battle.net. However, you could have a Battle.net character that when you were connected to Battle.net, you could make a private game and play alone. Or you could go into a public game or host a private game or join a private game with other people. So the smart thing to do back then, if you had the internet, was don't make a single player character. Just play on Battle.net, and if you want to be alone, go in your own private game. In this, there is no single player at all. So we are at the mercy of Blizzard servers. And I will say that there has been quite a few moments of downtime and quite a few issues involving the servers, which obviously they'll get that ironed out over time. You know, they probably had more people log in than they expected. That wouldn't be the first time, and that wouldn't just be Blizzard's oops. You know, other companies have done the same, not anticipating the kind of load the servers are going to endure. But internet connection is absolutely mandatory. You log in with your Battle.net account, the same one that you'd have your World of Warcraft on or your StarCraft 2 or whatever. But anyway, that was just the last little thing I needed to throw in there. So Merciful Fate, the Necro Gnome, signing off. And what game will I cover next? I have no idea. I think I'm going to be looking to Steam for some older stuff to look at. Just budget, gaming on a budget, something that's easy to play in your free time and not so expansive as an MMO or even Diablo 3 here. Take care, everybody. Peace.